there's something on my mind that's it's kind of making me feel a little sad. First, I want to light a candle though, just so I can reflect peacefully. So, I messaged someone and they didn't get back to me. Someone that I know closely. Just bring this candle close to me. I messaged them, they didn't get back to me. I messaged them again, they didn't get back to me. And they're, hold on, this fire is like doing way too much. The wick is kind of big. Okay. Anyway, I messaged them and they didn't really get back to me. I know everyone is busy, but they tend to do that. And sometimes they'll even send messages over what I sent. And sometimes it just feels like, gosh, why does it hurt so much to be ignored? And there's a deeper explanation to that. Attention is something that all of us as human beings crave. Now, I'm cool with this person. They're very close to me, so I know there's no harm in it. I see them all the time. So I just know that they're busy, and I would prefer that they communicate that. But everyone has their thing. So yeah, I'm not mad at this individual, but it made me start thinking about the fact that everyone generally craves some type of attention. And it reminds me of a challenge that I seen in this documentary. And this challenge basically was a test to see how powerful words are, the words that you speak. So this challenge was to where they took 3 jars, filled them up with rice, and filled them up with water. One jar they spoke love and positivity to, and they labeled it that, love. Another jar they spoke hatred to, they labeled it. And the other jar they just simply ignored. They didn't pay it no mind at all. And I did this challenge with some family members. And the jar that was loved, it kind of fermented, but it didn't really mold or anything. It just had kind of like a sweet fermented smell. The one that we spoke hatred to, it had like this blackish mold, and it was like a blackish looking evil mold. And the third jar that we ignored looked ultimately the worst. The mold had overgrown so bad, and it was so much mold, and the colors were yellowish and red, and it just looked really bad. And so what the documentary was basically saying is that sometimes when you're dealing with children or when you're dealing with people in general, to completely ignore that individual almost makes it to where there's no type of life being given to them at all. Like, no attention, no acknowledgement, no any of that, which is really important for human beings. We're creatures that like to be known, and we seek to feel very important in the world. And when we're ignored, it makes us sick. And to be ignored makes you almost not even want to live anymore. Imagine if the entire world acted like you did not exist. Your family, your friends, everybody, everywhere you went, it's like no one could see you. Eventually, you just wouldn't even want to live anymore. And that's the harsh reality of being ignored. And I think it's important to keep in mind that everyone wants attention or needs some type of attention. And it's not a bad thing. A lot of times people look down on those that seek attention, that want attention, and draw attention to themselves. And obviously, there's a balance. You shouldn't do it too much, but people look down on that when, all actuality, everyone craves it. Deep down inside, everyone craves it. They yearn for it. And so I think it's important that we acknowledge our family members, our friends, and people that we're close to, and not ignore them. But it's also important to try not to take it to heart. Even though it's an important aspect of life, it's something that all humans need for the most part. It's important to not take it too much to heart if someone doesn't have the time for you. Don't let it make you sick. Don't let it make you down. It's important that you continue to move forward and realize that your worth isn't based on one person's attention on you or a few people's attention on you. You're worth more than that. So be encouraged, and again, don't let yourself get down because someone isn't paying you any mind. I know we crave that attention, but it's also important to be able to spend time alone and not need that attention so often to where when we don't get it, it makes us feel sick. It's important to have a certain level of strength as well. And so that's what I took from my little situation. Someone not getting back to my messages. I took that and I applied it to myself, and I said, let me not look too deep into it. But at the same time, this could be a message. And so that's what my journal is for today. To not take it to heart when someone ignores you or can't get back to you or doesn't give you the attention that you were hoping for or craving. But to take it and apply it to growth, to some part of our learning, to apply everything that happens to some part of our growth. So, yeah. And catch me in my next video tomorrow, where I'll journal some other things that happened in my life, or things that are on my mind, or things that I'm learning about or trying to grow, areas that I'm trying to grow in. So, yeah, see you in my next video.